What? Ah!
I think that's enough silence. We'll figure it out.
That was the best.
That's got to be in it. So, welcome back. You've been here with
Sorry.
a silent
Oh.
time. This is game before time. Nadim is in the dungeon. He survived. A circle slowly forming around him, and somehow we are still in a world of panic, fear, and dismay.
That's the hay. That's
so-
the Wallmaster. Go away.
We were chatting about achievements
And Resident Evil 2.
and Resident Evil 2. So, Sheldon was just talking about an absurd achievement where you need to do
Finish the
1400?
game.
14,000?
Finish the game in less than 14,000 steps.
So, see, and then I'm torn.
You're an achievement hunter, right?
I'm an achievement hunter, and I love like challenges. I love quirky achievements, like in was it Borderlands 1 where you're on the boat and you get the achievement I'm on a boat because you found the right boat in one of the DLCs.
Right.
Like just
I
that little.
remember that.
And I think that when you do things that are challenging, you should be rewarded for it. That's why there's achievements. That's why they exist.
What is the point of this room?
You never fell in the middle of it.
Okay, I was about to think that, but then I was like, I don't want to.
I mean, you fall. Again, this is the same thing. You fall in all the holes, but you're like, I'm
Okay,
gonna
not
fall in
on
this one.
purpose, dude.
That's fair. There was no intention. How do you get across? Oh, you have to go back to the other room. I see.
I like hard achievements, but there's some achievements that I feel
It's cool. So you
Kind of
have to drop in on the other side.
useless. You know?
I hate whole... that's not even true, because like Deus Ex beat the whole game without setting off an alarm. But then you see, yeah, here, this is where
But
my
that's like a
line
fun
is.
challenge.
This is
Is
where
that a
my
fun
line
challenge,
is.
though?
Well,
It was. I
mean,
loved it.
It can be, right? You
It's
know what I mean?
stressful, isn't it?
It is, but here's my this is my hard line. It needs to be something that I can manage on my own, and it needs to be something that if it's gonna be a whole game, I need to be able to have safety nets.
See, now I'm scared of those wall masters so much that even when I'm outside, I'm like, I gotta keep
Oh my
moving.
God.
That's awesome, right? So let's use this Deus Ex one. No setting off of alarms.
Alright, like complete
I know
stuff.
when I set off an alarm.
Yeah.
Pause, go back to a previous save, try again. The challenge is still there because there's some crazy difficult areas that you have to do that. You still need
So
to
then-
achieve, persevere, redo.
So would you say you like that because you can restart that without...
I'm mad at Sheldon now.
What if you lift up those skulls on the edge
I still
did
you
already.
did,
all of them.
and move those blocks? Is that possible? Did we try? Oh, that's embarrassing.
So do you like that achievement because there is room for error? Because when you make a mistake, you just load the save again and do it again?
Right, but it's not like one where it's save stumming. It's just this is the challenge. You failed the challenge, but you're doing many challenges throughout the game, and you're rewarded for doing all the challenges, not necessarily perfectly in a row, but you've completed all the challenges. Here's your achievement. Whereas with yours, there's no step counter. There's no like, oh, if I get to this boss and the pedometer on the bottom of the screen is at 8,000, I have to restart the game. Like that's not a quick fix. I have to restart the entire game for this one tedious achievement. I think that's
wouldn't
too
someone
far.
wouldn't someone say this then, Josh? Like, well, if you just had planned out your route to know where to go, would that not be an argument?
For one achievement, you have to plan out the game to that level, write it all.
Like where it kind of takes away the exploration. It takes away.
What is the
What
point
is
of
the
this
point of
room?
this room? Check your map. Maybe there's a bombable wall that's not visible.
No, there's
Wow.
it's just trash.
Yeah, you're right.
Whoa! I got that key though.
Was this just like to waste your key?
That's a horseradish.
I used to hate it. Love it.
This game?
Horseradish.
Man, horseradish. I hate when restaurants are like, "Do you want horseradish?"
Really?
And you always say yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like, even though they say horseradish, the industry standard is creamed horseradish. And then you get a restaurant, like, do you want some horse? Oh man, use the item on the mysterious thing. They've never done that before.
I'm just gonna stand you.
And then you slather a bunch on because you're expecting creamed horseradish, because that's what most places mean when they say horseradish. And you're like, oh, nope, this is legit horseradish, which is great. I love it. But you don't put as much real horseradish as you would creamed horseradish, and it kicks you in your goddamn teeth. Like a mule kick.
Ah!
Hey, let's move that block maybe.
Or go down.
It probably does nothing, but I mean, you don't even try anymore. It's sad to me.
Wow, holy crap. You used to be cool, Nadeem. What happened?
This is fun. This is quirky.
Yeah, but Nadeem hates it all. He's just grumpy today.
Ah!
Hey, I'm grumpy. I'm not so grumpy.
Copyright.
And
Oh
this
my God, a
is
fairy!
different enough. You did catch a fairy.
Why am I so bad at this game?
Because you're playing it.
Oh.
This is neat. This is a fun way to use 2D images and like
Explore 'em.
what do they call that? Like that area blocking where different areas just have different function. Like they're playing creatively. I don't know if we talked about this on the show or if that was
We
just
did.
you and me at lunch.
No, we did that one of the earlier. Like when
What
we
is
first
that?
started, when Nadeem was first in the castle, right?
Okay, perfect. But yeah, how these old games had to be creative, and it led to really cool gameplay, because when you're being creative to solve basic problems, like how do I create 2 levels in 2D? But now you can, once you figure that out, you can think of so many cool things to now put in your game.
I'm a rabbit!
I'm a rabbit. I'm a rabbit.
What was that weird portal at the bottom?
That turned me into a rabbit.
Huh, that's cool.
No, it wasn't.
I thought so. Anyways, achievements. Let us know down in the comments. Do you think that the really tedious whole game achievements where you don't know if you've done it or not until the end of the game, do you think that's deserving? Like, yes, developers design the game you want to make. I get that. I'm fine with that. I'm never going to argue that the developer wanted that. They can put that in there. I'm saying as a consumer, those tedious whole game achievements that you can't track, do you think that's good use of achievements, or is that a step too far? If you think it's a step too far, where's your line? What's too hard for an achievement? What's unfair? And yeah.
Did Resident Evil 5 have an achievement like this one? Because I remember I got all the achievements in 5.
No. All of 5's achievements were fun. I love doing that.
Because that's what I'm thinking, right? I'm like, am I lazy now? Because I'm comparing RE2, because I remember my first playthrough of it, I thought it was amazing. Right? I found it super discouraging though after I beat, like, it took me 9 hours and 50 minutes because I wanted to explore everything.
Yeah.
But then only to get the rank of like C or something, because like I didn't go for a time, which I didn't know I had to go for a time rank.
Right.
Right? That kind of bothers me a lot. Right? It's like you took away my enjoyment for my first run by saying like, oh, your rank was only C, for me to find out that it's only C because it took me so goddamn
Dude,
long.
you are solving this puzzle like it's nobody's business.
Drugs.
I know, and I see that. I'm letting you know. I see you.
Oh shit. Okay, now here we go.
I bet now you wish I didn't see you.
Yeah, I wish I was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and what I loved about 5.
Why did I run?
I only played 5 through to completion.
Why did I do that?
I'm not a big Resident Evil buff. Not my jam overall. Right. Not that it's a bad game. I'm just, horror games aren't my thing. I have enjoyed some. Anyways, there was one where it was like, beat the game in like 3 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's freaking impossible. But then, if you beat the game in like 8 hours, you get the rocket launcher with infinite ammo. And it's like, oh, now that beat the game in 3 hours isn't so ridiculous because there's a thing that I can unlock to make this possible. And it's fun, because I've already had to beat the game, play through it, collect things. And then now for my speed run, rather than it being like, oh, you have to know everything, da 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 da. I mean, know it well enough to get through it.
Okay. 2 is like that though. Like I'm in the midst right now of finishing some collectible things to get unlimited of certain weapons.
Why did I do that?
Okay.
Right? But right now, I don't know why I don't want to do it. Because I liked the game. I thought the game was good. I don't think it's better than Resident Evil 4.
Fair.
And I've beaten that game lots of times.
But is 2 going to be, like, when they give you unlimited of something, is it going to be as fun as spamming a rocket launcher for 3 hours on Zombos?
No, because right now...
Because that was just good old, unadulterated fun.
That one you have to...
Why do I do? Just hit stop.
Down, man. Jeez.
There's no
What's
step
your
count
rush?
on this. He hears all these achievement talk, like, oh, I've got to beat it in 3 hours to get Link's rocket launcher.
I'm like that wall match.
No, but it's the whole thing again about lifting up stupid skulls. Why did he decide to open all those skulls? And there are times where he never wants to touch any of them.
I think he's taking our advice.
Is he now?
We should reward it.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Hey, I'm on your side. Careful you alienate there, bud. Sir spam a lot.
Go away. Oh, no one likes you. No one likes the wall masters. I hate them.
The one achievement, though, that frustrates me with a game is the congratulations, you've started the game achievement. The reason why it ticks me off so much is when I pick up a new game that, because as I said, I want to complete the new games I pick up.
Yeah.
I've got enough on there killing my completion percentage because they weren't fun games.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
So usually it's like you can play the tutorial and just don't beat that first boss because most games will give you an achievement for the first boss. I'm fine with that piece, but decide then, am I having enough fun that I'm going to see this through?
Right.
If not, shelf it. So it doesn't, because once you get an achievement, now it affects your percentages. If you don't get the achievement, it doesn't affect your stats. The ones that's like, you turned the game on, congratulations, here's an achievement, now it's like, great. Now even if I think this game is crap, I need to keep going. And part of me doesn't know why they do it. And if it is to sucker me in, then congratulations, I hate you. If there's a better reason for it, please let me know.
There's not. I think we just figure it out.
Manipulation of the industry. We're all just products being bought and sold.
Whoa. Welcome to Game Before Time.
Yeah, remember when we weren't just products being bought and sold? Back when games existed before time? Yeah, was that good enough transition?
Oh.
Man.
Yeah. But I think, I might give it another shot. But right now, to get the infinite rocket launcher,
Yes.
I have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty. But I can't even use the infinite weapons, even if I want.
What?
Yeah. So if I unlock infinite weapons, they are disabled if I want to attempt to get the infinite rocket launcher. And I think, thinking about Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, why I can play those more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not this. I like that what Resident Evil 2 achieved for a survival horror game, because you can't just shoot your way through things.
Right.
Right? It's more management. It's more, you can't just fight your way out of it. But I think I like that in Dead Space. You had to be creative. You can't headshot the necromorphs, right? You had to dismember them. It was so fun. I like that kind of management where I can actually figure out, okay, I need to kill these 3 enemies first. I've got to watch out for this enemy, right?
Yeah.
But in Resident Evil, there is lots of that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the problem right now is that I don't have enough mana energy to light up all the things.
But you get it when you lift up the rocks.
Mm-hmm. So I'm cycling through this. I'm basically just grinding a bit.
Oh, so you're getting kidnapped on purpose?
Yeah. Oh, that was dumb.
But yeah, I loved it in Dead Space. That gameplay loop was great.
Yeah.
Right? And again, because I do like that Resident Evil 2 did that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can't just shoot your way through things. But then it just makes the game kind of less fun that way.
Right.
Where I'm just kind of running away more and not engaging that's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to just dismember some of the zombies. Right? Or knock them down and go around, but you don't have that much ammo.
Right.
Right? There's lots of things that the game does great, but I feel for me, it holds me back too much. Right? Like part of the game, one of my favorite parts is when Mr.
You got
X,
this, Nadine. Keep it up. Keep it up. You got this.
when Mr. X starts walking around the police station, right?
Yeah.
When you start running or shooting, he will come to you. And then the game gets more tense. So obviously when you're trying to clear through a room and there's zombies everywhere, you're like, I can get rid of them all, but then Mr. X comes. But Mr. X is not worth killing because you can't kill him permanently. Right? Similar to what Nadine was complaining about. So it was great. Great design.
Non-permanent death enemies
Are terrifying.
They are horrifying. Right. They do their job too well.
Yeah. Remember like, in Resident Evil 4, the Reanimator? So scary.
I never played 4. Remember the chainsaw dude?
Oh, yes.
I thought I soft-locked myself and I gave the game back to my buddy because I didn't want to do it again.
Oh, you got it.
I don't know if I've shared this story. If I have...
You have not. You should.
I mean, we've got how many weeks of content out. I'm sure if I repeat a story or two at this point, we're okay.
No, I don't think you've talked about it.
So, Resident Evil 4... I got it, or my buddy had it on GameCube, was ranting and raving about it, so I borrowed it from him. And I played through the intro sequence twice, and each time I ended up getting to the first chainsaw guy in the house.
Yeah.
And...
rabbits.
What ended up being...
No! No!
So this is why I want to see Nadine play Alan Wake or like Resident Evil 2 or Dead Space.
You're gonna kill yourself to not be a rabbit. You think death was better than progress? He is nodding wide-eyed.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I was playing Resident Evil 4, got to the house with the chainsaw guy, unloaded my handgun on him, and he didn't die. And there's no ammo. Which, now that I am more literate as a gamer, I know that was the game telling me, I'm not giving you ammo because you're not supposed to be using your ammo. But when I was first playing it, I wasn't akin to horror games or shooters because I was platformers, Zelda, like hack and slasher platforms. That was all I was really exposed to at the time. So I thought I'd soft-locked myself over and over again. I got bored of the intro sequence, and I returned the game to my buddy. And then then later on I learned I could do it.
Yeah.
But you know when you've made up your mind that you're not going to play that game? And even when you find out, oh, I'm wrong about it, it's hard to want to do it. Like Dark Souls was that for me. But eventually I did play it and I realized how wrong I was. So maybe I need to give it 4
And that's why even though I complained about Resident Evil 2, I'm going to keep doing it.
You made up your mind?
I think so. But at first I was like very conflicted. I was just like, well, I don't know why I'm putting up with why am I doing this?
Why did I do that?
I don't know.
Why did I do that?
I know even less. Did you ever watch the video when they talked about Dead Space, the tentacle enemy sequence?
No.
So you know the tentacle sequence. Apparently, so they had this great vision, and that was a big reason for why they did Necromarch the way they did, because they wanted this to be like you're kind of blasting away parts of this tentacle as you're. But the issue was, since they wanted to have you move around the hallway, the camera needed to move to certain sides, and physics needed to change based on where the tentacle was, where you were. Now you need to add different joints and physics to the tentacle so that it would move around corners and through the corridor at the right time in the right space without messing up all of the combat mechanics.
Right.
And the vision that they had for it, I think they got what they wanted in the end. But they didn't realize how difficult and all the little physical issues that they were going to have leading up to it.
Yeah.
That sequence apparently almost ruined the game.
Oh, really?
They almost ran out of money and resources and time or whatever
That's crazy.
not their deadline, but their timeline almost got completely butchered by that.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And apparently the lead developer is working on something else right now.
Yeah. He's working on a don't want to say Dead Space-like game, but a horror game based in the Fortnite universe. Don't know how much I feel about that, but I'm more excited that the horror part of it.
I've got qualms with most things Epic related at this point in my cycle.
Yeah.
However, I do have a lot of respect for him as a developer. I don't know him as a human being if I'm saying anything, and I know there's all these things that are being revealed all the time.
Yes, as
a human, as far as I know right now, I know nothing about him as a human being. As a game developer, I respect his vision and what he was able to do.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. So that's why I'm excited to see. Yeah, because like if it let's say it's an Epic exclusive because it's in the Fortnite universe.
Oh, it's gonna have to be.
And if it's a game made by him, it probably will be my first game on Epic. And up until now, I don't even have Epic even for the free games because you can make all your games free and I still won't play it.
Oh, pause. Nadim. No, not. We're pausing the conversation, not the game. Do you see how you can see the ground below?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I'm just like, I don't want to get
That's a visual cue for you in the future.
I know that. I knew that from the first dungeon. Oh, what are you? Are you a moth? Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
As you can see, it's actually a male moth. He's a boy.
How do you know?
Ah, so if you look at the fuzzy wuzzies.
The antennae?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a second. We'll educate you about entomology later.
There's no ants in this game.
So male. Wait a minute. No, I was thinking mosquitoes. Male mosquitoes have fuzzy wuzzies. Females don't.
And you're not.
So it had nothing to do with the moths. I think moths are neat.
Oh my god.
Where was that fairy earlier? Can we
do that so we don't have to live through this?
Do you remember?
Nope.
Was it an enemy?
Nope. It was in an item.
Okay. I think most of the items in this game recycle.
Yes.
So you should be able to find
I should be able to find the fairy, but I don't want to traverse this again.
Was it in here? I don't think it was in here.
Nope.
Oh, it was in the falling brick room. You caught it at the end of the last video.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We're not going back there.
No. Not. I'm gonna farm. Is this bad content? Good content? I don't know. Whoops.
Let us know in the comments below. It's bad content.
I do enjoy
good
watching
content.
Underdog.
Underdog. More like.
Thunderdog.
More like. I don't know.
Let's go with that for now. Yeah, man.
At least when the master, you already said this, but at least when the master hand gets you,
It doesn't do damage.
The hearts under the skulls replenish.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do damage. I guess that's two not horrible things about it happening.
The problem is the mummies.
Now, you've already solved this. Is the door going to be open? I know
Should
that's...
be already open.
No.
Never mind.
What are your thoughts on... Not your thoughts. Anyway, earlier this year, because I talked about with Resident Evil
I don't
4,
like this puzzle.
I didn't understand how
You
to
didn't
read.
have to kill the monsters.
They get in the way.
You didn't have to kill them with fire, though.
Not from lighting the bottom one. You could have, baited them to follow you towards.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I generally hate this puzzle because it's not that it's hard, it's that it's annoying.
That's fair. So what do you do about it?
I'm just gonna wall master it. Come get me.
Oh, yes, you have to.
Like, I know how to solve it. The frustrating part is now, like, I'm shit.
Yes,
lie.
you are. I was watching Ross Donovan.
who's that?
Rubber Ross. Game Grumps affiliated. He Steam Train was his jam. And he was playing Celeste, and it was a fun playthrough to watch.
Okay.
I'm not good enough at platformers to beat that game, so I have to watch him do it. I'm not ashamed. But he was talking about video game literacy. Oh shit! Or he was making his level at some point. Because I was also watching when Matt Pat was playing his Super Mario World thing that he created.
Okay.
Either way, the idea that in order to like play a lot of video games, you need to be able to read what you're doing, right? Like in like the yellow paint to say that, oh, I can grab this ledge, I can climb up over here, right? We learn these things because we've played over time. One of my wonderings has been like we got to see as these cool little, you know, tropes and things were a part of games.
Yep.
Now it's just assumed that when you see the yellow thing, it's grabbable, it's climbable, it's whateverable. Is there going to be a point where young gamers have a hard time getting into a game
I get to
because
aim.
they were never
just
trained
shoot
to...
the things? Like, your goal is to light the fire, right? So...
But I can't do it next to the
Yeah, look, you did it.
No.
Okay.
Get out of here. It's fine. Bunny's gonna escape. He'll stop being a bunny eventually.
There you go, you did it.
Oh,
Problem now is I'm dead.
You have a fairy, right?
No.
Couldn't.
You could go back to the light world.
Right, because... Oh, the light world.
Yeah. Remember when you fell into the tree?
I don't get a bunch of fairies.
Yeah, there were 4 fairies there.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the door now. You're
pretty much at the beginning again.
might as well.
It's not tedious to use your hammer to hit the thing. You could just use your mirror right now.
See that, and you know what? Now that, because I used to hate how like it was cool. There's different entry points to the dungeon, but as a kid, it was too much for me. Oh, because
And
now
then-
you can
but
magically
see, and
teleport.
now-
Oh!
Don't shake your head, Sheldon.
So stupid.
I don't want to tell him how to play the game.
That's clever though, because now you had to work so hard to traverse light and dark to get here, but now that tool provided you it in the right spot.
Where's the fairy?
You want to go to the right. Leave on the right side. That's how you get to your big tree.
That's cool.
Yeah.
On the
What
right
were we
side?
talking about before?
We were talking about video game literacy.
Oh yeah. Anyways, we learned it over time. Is there going to be a certain generation of gamers where that's all going to need to change or be retaught? Because
Yes, it has to. I feel
so
like
I'm curious what that'll look like. How
'cause, like,
that'll.
I feel like, Josh, when we play new games, do you read? Like I think Nadim and I have talked about this before, where like there are some things that you just do. Like in a platformer, the first things that I do when I play, I don't know if anyone does this too, if you play lots of platformers, you just start jumping, where you start to feel for the fall, like how much time it takes to fall.
Yeah.
Is there a hold down a button to run fast? Is there a sprinting button, or are you always sprinting? I literally start to test out your limits of what you can do right there and then just play, right?
Don't get hit by that, dude.
I'm just gonna go to where I know there is a fairy, because I don't remember where anything is right now.
No, but there's a bunch of fairies right beside you right now. Do you want directions?
Yes.
Go up. Up and to the right.
Oh, into the little cave.
No. Go straight right.
Oh, I'm going left. Fuck.
What were we talking about?
It doesn't matter anymore. Oh, anyways, so something's gonna have to change at some point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're talking about like learning things in games and games having to reteach it. I think games will always have to reteach it because people don't play games or lots of those games anymore.
Up and to the right.
Right?
Man, I can't wait.
Because
I'm also
like, some
nervous
people
about
don't play
what
Mario
games will
anymore.
look like.
Right? People don't play Mario anymore, so
Yeah.
you don't know how to hold down a button to run fast, right? Or hold down a button and run to jump further than you would if you didn't hold down a button to run, right? Those are things that you don't teach anymore in Mario because you've played all the Mario games, or played
Man,
at least one.
I just think the concept that there's a literacy involved.
That tree.
The different tree.
Forgot all about this. Like, didn't even register in my brain.
But what you did remember was something from a month ago that...
Alright. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So, do you do that, Josh, when you play a new
totally.
platformer? Yeah.
And if you're playing an open world...
Or even a Souls game.
Fall damage, you check.
What do you do in a Souls game when you first play Dark Souls 2 or 3? You start rolling, start seeing what you can do. Does it feel the same?
How does my heavy attack versus my soft attack?
Exactly.
Well, that's most hack and slash games too.
Right.
Right, your X versus your
but
Y.
Those are things that you naturally do. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say natural. Not to say any not to make fun of anyone who doesn't do that. We do that all the time when we play these games together.
Right.
Right, because it's just kind of built in. Because I don't want someone to tell me, do this.
You can enter the woods to the left here.
Yes.
Right? Like when I was playing Sekiro, right? Even though Sekiro, yes, people will argue it's not like a Souls game. Souls-like in that way, right? Where most of it's
in the Souls family.
Yeah.
No one denies that it's from...
Right. But
From.
I remember
From.
like doing its like practicing the combat, moving around. It's like, okay, cool. It's pretty much the same. Kind of similar to like Bloodborne. Right?
Yeah.
So I think you will always have to teach that. Just because games nowadays are so different.
And I guess they do teach it. We just don't.
We don't pay attention to it. Yes. We're just like, this is a nuisance. I want to move on. Let's go. Right?
Take that, Nate.
Take that, I just vanished in front of you. Now I go into scary Mothland.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Nadim's going to powerhouse this boss at the start of the next episode. What a great way to start. We're so excited to see you, and we hope you're excited.
He looks
like,
refreshed.
comment, ring that bell, tweet the Twitters, or follow the or
Tweet the Twitters.
chase the blue rabbit.
Don't chase the dragon, though. That's drugs.
It's a different thing. We don't condone.
Dragons are so cool, though.
They are. Unfortunately, got mixed up in such a dastardly activity. I remember dragons before drugs.
Jeez. Like Tylenol?
I mean, all that fire breathing, you get a headache eventually.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.